Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to SideQuest Contact. We're going to be doing our Let's Make It Adventure, and this is a series. This is part 9. Brief recap where we're at here. So far, through the first 8 videos, we talked about creating our antagonist, our main antagonist for the adventure, the antagonist's lieutenant, and some allies and contacts for the players to meet, encounter, and learn things and get little side quests from. So we got these 3 characters set up, right? Now, just to review, we have a Bugbear Ranger, someone who's seen our antagonist in action, but is misinterpreting what he saw as something else, and he's still going to get the players involved. And we have a Hadozi Warlock, out for revenge. Looks like, let's see, highly arrogant. Oh yeah, this is the one we have a Deathlock White that he's beefing with, and that's going to get the players wrapped up in that. And then we have our Gif Sorcerer, who's like a folk hero, and we have a secret crime for this one here that the character's trying to cover up. Went out, and let's see, was committed some crime, misdeed, provoked an attack from nearby furbolgs. That he defended the town from the furbolgs, but he wants to keep the reason why they attacked a secret. The town loves him for it, like, yay, thank you. But he's like, oh, so yeah, you're welcome, and please don't find out why they attacked. And now we are at our false ally. This is one of my favorite ones to develop. It's a character that in the beginning will appear helpful and benevolent and will even aid the characters in various ways based off the story. But at some point, this character is going to turn against the players. And we'll have to, as we develop the character, we're going to think of why they're going to turn against the players, how, and all that backstory behind that. And we're going to develop this character very similarly to how we've developed the other 3. The only difference is it's a little more powerful. This is going to be a level 2 character, where the contacts and allies are level 1. So let's start with our race. We're going to do the same thing we've done and see, try to determine something at random, see if it makes sense, and see if it fits with what we're doing. Okay, okay, thank you. All right. So a D6, because we got 48 of them, we're doing a D6, a 2 times a D8. All right, 2 times 3, 6. So let's go back. What's going to be a 6? A centaur. More woodland stuff. Okay, okay. That could go. All right, what's our background? This was the 27. Yeah, we had 27. All right, ignoring the 4. All right, so we got a 2 times ignoring the 9. Ignoring the 10. 2 times 9, 18. A noble, a centaur noble. Okay, centaur noble. All right, let me put that in our notes. Because so far I like what it's turning into. Centaur noble. And let's determine its class. And again, I want to try to get something different than what we already had. So we got a fighter, a sorcerer, a warlock, a ranger, and a wizard. Fighter, sorcerer, warlock, ranger, wizard. Okay. So a noble who's a centaur. Let's look through here and see. Okay, barbarian could work. I'm really thinking bard. Cleric could work. Druid could work. We already got a fighter. I'm not thinking monk. Maybe paladin. We already got a ranger. But I don't think a rogue. It doesn't really go well with the noble. Unless the noble went rogue, literally. Alright, so I'm going to just skip all of these. Let's go. And you notice I skip artificer because I just don't want them right now. Barbarian, cleric, druid, paladin. Let's go with one of those 4. So that makes an interesting question. Why would a noble paladin turn against the players? Well, let's go to our NPC tables that we use. And just down to the ones that I like. Yeah, bonds, flaws, and secrets. All right, what's our bond? An 8. Protective of valuable possession, and we already got that. So let's get another one. A 1. Dedicated to fulfilling a personal life goal. Okay, we'll have to determine what that goal is, but let's go ahead and put that in our notes. Okay, so we have a bond. Dedicated to fulfilling a personal life goal. And now let's get ourselves a flaw or secret. 1. Forbidden love or susceptibility to romance. Okay, that's a good one. Flaw, secret. Forbidden love or susceptibility to romance. Okay, so let's try to think this through. I want to look at paladins, and I want to look at their oaths specifically. Game rules, paladins, oath. All right. Conquest, devotion, glory, redemption, ancients, crown, watchers, vengeance, oathbreaker, open sea. Conquest would fit. Devotion would fit. Glory, nah. Redemption, nah. Ancients, nah. Because again, we're trying to find something that fits with why this person's going to turn against our players later. Let's go through the crown. Sworn to the ideals of civilization. Okay, but no, because we got a woodland person. So no oath of the crown. Oath of vengeance. Maybe that's the life goal. Committed to punish those who have committed a grievous sin. Now, that would only work if the players were to be, I don't want to say only, but it really works if the players would be the ones who committed the sin, which would trigger the reason why our our vengeance paladin would turn against them. But we can't really count on that. We can't really count on the players doing something that our paladin can turn against them for. So let's keep looking. Okay, I'm leaning on either conquest or devotion. Seek glory in battle and the subjugation of their enemies. It isn't enough for these paladins to establish order, they must crush the forces of chaos. Night tyrants, ironmongers, those who swear the oath, gather into grim orders that serve gods or philosophies of war. I don't think it matches. Alright, let's look at devotion. Alright, oath of devotion binds a paladin to the loftiest ideals of justice, virtue, and order, sometimes called cavaliers, white knights, holy warriors. These paladins meet the ideal of the knight in shining armor, okay, acting with honor, pursuit, justice, and a greater good. Okay, I think I just got something here. I'm going to go with Oath of Devotion. I'm going to think this through with you. Oath of Devotion. Okay, so we have this Centaur Paladin, right? Maybe joins up with our players to deal with the Were-Tiger and maybe other Were-Tigers who are now under our main antagonist's control. So he's joined up with the players. But our paladin has a secret forbidden love. Someone, this paladin is involved with someone that he or she should not be involved, socially acceptably should not be involved with. And I'm thinking this forbidden love becomes captured and churned by the Were-Tigers. And then when this forbidden love is captured and churned by the Were-Tigers, this paladin is not going to want to go against her or him, whoever the love interest might be. Instead, the paladin will churn against the players at a critical time. There we go. I like that. Okay, so let's kind of write that out. Okay. May join up with players initially to oppose the Were-Tiger antagonist. Okay. The forbidden love of this paladin will be captured and churned by the Were-Tiger antagonist. And that will at some point trigger the paladin churning against the players because the love of this other person is too great. I love this person too much. This is more than anything. He or she means more than anything else. And if he or she is a Were-Tiger now, so be it. Turning against the players to defend the new Were-Tiger forbidden love. Okay. Now we can't just have like a boom, like instant scene where this character is turning against our players. We need to leave some clues so that the players might catch on to something. Like we need to leave clues for this forbidden love. So let's decide who this forbidden love is going to be. And we don't have to make a full like character out of this forbidden love. We just kind of get the background and see, what fits and see. So let's go to first. Let's do a race. Let's find a race for our forbidden love. So where's my? Okay, let me just do this again. Okay, d6 times d8. 4 times 5 is 20. What's a 20? 20, 20 is a Githzari. Githzari. Okay. Someone from another otherworldly thing. Another otherworldly race, I mean. Okay. I don't know, we got a lot of otherworldly stuff already. We got a Hadozi, we got a GIF. What else we got? Well, actually, no, we only got two otherworldly things at the moment, a Hadozi and a GIF. All right, so let's add a third. Why not? Okay. So our forbidden love, for this is our false allies, forbidden love. Githzerai, Githzari, however choose to pronounce it. Did I spell that properly? All right, and now a background. Ignoring the 4. Okay, so let's roll again. All right, so we got a 2 times, ignoring the 10. 18. 2 times 9 is 18. So what is our Githzari's background? 18. Another noble. Ooh. We could have like a Romeo and Juliet, West Side Story type of situation here. Okay. So yeah, let's put this in here. Fellow noble. Next thing we can say visited this world a while ago. A few years, a few years ago maybe. Doesn't have to be concrete. Fell in love with the splendid centaur paladin. Was forbidden to come back. Came back. Got infected by weretiger. Okay. So we have our, not really necessarily Romeo Juliet West Side Story, because the two factions are fairly far removed. We have this centaur who's a paladin devoted to justice and order and protecting, probably these woodlands and such. And we have a Githzari faction who resides out in the outer plains. So the Githzari, this Githzari noble comes in, maybe exploring, maybe on a survey, for some reason, coming to this world, meets this resplendent centaur paladin, and they fall in love. And but then the Githzari is called back, wants to come back, is forbidden, finds a way to come back, but now is here on the outs with his or her people, and yeah. So we got to have a clue. So the players at some point need to meet this character, or at least need to see this character, so that they can make a connection to our centaur. Perhaps if they like spy on or surveil the centaur, they could encounter a meeting. Because it's not likely, if the centaur is with the players and like on official adventure business, that that it's going to have this Githzari lover around. So I think I would leave it to that. Like if the players decide we want to check this person out, we want to surveil, we want to spy, scry, do whatever we can to get some information on this paladin, then at that point we could disclose that there seems to be some liaison going with someone in the city who is not human, who looks otherworldly, doesn't look quite elfish, doesn't look human, looks kind of otherworldly, and maybe the players can figure that out. And then the centaur could go to the players and say, "Hey, I need your help. Someone close to me is captured. I think the weretiger has them. Come help me out." And when they go, they find that this person's already been churned by the weretiger, and now our false ally turns against the players. Okay, I'm going to add that quick note in here. May appeal to players to help rescue the forbidden. Well, I'm going to say the Centaur Paladin may appeal to players to help rescue the Forbidden Love, the Githzari, now that we know what that is, from weretiger. And we can even also tie this into the wizard, the human wizard, who's the lieutenant of the weretiger. Like this wizard spotted this Githzari and said, "Ooh, I know what that is. That would be good for my master. Let me orchestrate that." And the players would be dealing with that. Yeah, That's great. That's really good, I think. Okay. And all we did was, just we made some rolls to pick a couple things, see if they made sense, and then excuse me one second, see if they made sense, and then kind of just asked questions around it and came up with some answers. All right, so this is good. So I think where we're at here, we're at a good spot as far as our background cast of characters. We have the antagonist, the lieutenant, three contact allies, and a false ally. So what we'll need to do next, and we'll start this on the next session. We're going to wrap up here in a second. But what we'll need to do next is we'll need to start going into those contacts, those level one contacts, and start kind of crafting things for the players to do, things for the players to find out that are related to that. And that's kind of our act one, right? When the players are interacting with these three initial characters, these three initial contacts, that's going to be kind of like act one. They get introduced to the context, they get introduced into the region, and they start having those little side quests that get them into the overall story. When we get to Act Two, then we start dealing with the false ally and the antagonist lieutenant, the things that their schemes are going to wrap the players up in. And then Act Three, eventually, they encounter the main antagonist and decide how they want to handle that. And that's what we'll do next. We're going to start with the contact allies. And we're going to kind of make a little side quest for each of those. Things for the players to do, things for the players to discover. All right, friends. Well, again, I think we made some good progress. So thanks for hanging out and joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.